attention, please.
Sunday to see these politicians evolve. I got a lot of them on camera from me in 2006, 7, 8. Just watch them old clips. You got a pen?
No, that would be too. Oh, wait.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I hold.
Okay.
Your attention, please. First, I want to welcome all of you. I want to thank you for coming out on this important night where a lot of at stake across the country and for the nation as a whole, and for our President Barack Obama. And as you know, we have worked very hard to encourage people to come out to vote because we knew how important it was, how important it is for the President to have the kind of support that he needs in the Congress. And so it was to that end in particular that we worked hard on getting the vote out. But we also knew that we have a local candidate who has been an architect behind a number of campaigns in the past. Behind my campaign, Corey's campaign, Lyndon's campaign, Rashid's campaign, the McWilliams campaign, all of the campaigns that have been conducted in this city for the past, I would say, 10 years. And so it was her time, her year, this year. And so she stepped up to the plate, none other than Rebecca Williams, who has been working. So for all of the right reasons, you came out in droves and you stood behind her, you stood behind the New Democrats, you stood behind the Democratic Party, and you have elected Rebecca Williams to join us on the council come January. And you've also demonstrated that Plainfield can get the votes out when the going gets tough, because we know how much Barack needs, the President, I should say, needs the support of all of us. And so, right now, the voter turnout stands at 39%, which is great in a midterm election. And so we have a lot to be proud about. And so without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you the next council person for the city of Plainfield, Rebecca Williams.
All right.
Right, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I want to thank you all for supporting me, supporting the New Democrats, supporting good government, ethical government, leadership over the past, what we said, 10 years? 9 or 10 years? At least. 8. Hey, Neil?
Longer than that.
It's been too long. Right. How long?
Too long.
But I really want to just thank you all for working so hard on this election. I want to thank everyone, Tracy, Cooper, and Raquel, everyone who's been blasting on Facebook for months and garnering support for us. What Adrian said about this midterm election is, you know, we were told that Plainfield wouldn't even get 30% of the vote. And Adrian said, I think we'll get about 30%, and we're going to be, it looks like we may end up with about 40%. And that is tremendous for Cologne to gird him up in other areas of the 6th district. I'm very thankful that you all came out and supported me and didn't stay home and didn't, you know, become discouraged. And also that, you know, no one decided that since they felt I had it in the bag, they didn't come out to support. Every vote counts. You know, people died for your right to vote.
That's right.
People are still suffering all over the world for a privilege that we have, a right that we have. So I really want to say thank you, and especially I have to thank members of my team, Carol Bickett, the Diversas, Jeanette, Bobby, Kieran. I'm probably forgetting people who are very, very important because he and Adrian. The work that we done over the years in building the New Democrats, even after, you know, the untimely death of our first leader, Almond Williams, we've all just stayed together and remained strong. And we've had, you know, a couple of setbacks, but we have a couple of wins as well. And this is a very big win for us. I think it's a win for Plainfield, and I don't say that, you know, in a braggadocio sort of way. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. I don't mean it in a boastful way, but I mean it in a way that I think it's really going to be positive for Plainfield for us to keep it moving forward, even in this difficult economy, and even when we're dealing with an administration that, you know, seems to conduct itself as a monarchy at times. Okay, Bobby's giving me this, so I guess I've spoken long enough. But I do want Corey to come and say a few words. A few.
Well, I'm smiling tonight. I think when we get in our cars, we turn on the radio, you might not want to listen to the news. It's not that good.
Right.
So I think Plainfield is somewhat of an oasis for Democrats, and particularly progressive Democrats, and particularly Democrats in Plainfield who want to do the right thing. So you go home, maybe don't turn on the TV. Think about Rebecca. If you have to watch the news, you're going to see, you know, the Republicans take over the House. I don't know how it's going for the Senate, but it sounds ominous. So with all that bad news, think of it as temporary bad news and think of it as national. But on the local level, I think we're going to have 4 votes to do the right thing in Plainfield. I've been on the council for 7 years, and we have not often had 4 votes that you could definitely count on to do the right thing. And that's very frustrating, but I think we're going to have it. And we may actually need 5 votes in the near future because the mayor could veto progressive legislation. Ordinances could be vetoed, and we need 5 to override a veto. We just went through that. So next year's election, there are two council members up for election. One of them happens to be in the room. Me. And there'll be another seat, the 1-4 seat. So things are going in the right direction with Rebecca coming on board, but we're going to need to keep pushing. So think about our success here tonight, and in spite of all the stuff that's going on nationally and statewide for the Democrats, but think about the future. We've proved that we could put together a winning team, and we need your continued support for that next year as well. So last words, just keep smiling tonight and think about Rebecca, no matter what else you hear. Just think, Rebecca Williams.
One more thing, guys. I just wanted to say, you know, when I stand before you, I always forget some people, but I want to also say thanks to Dan and Nat. They're big members of the team as well, in addition to the diverses. Joylette Mills Ransom, Inez Durham, one of my campaign chairs, one of my other campaign chairs, Mrs. Dorothy Henry, Donald Van Blake, who is not here tonight, but he's with us. I don't know.
What's a night day we're watching?
You got a hot date.
Okay, all right. That's
Too much information.
But it really is with the support of all these individuals over the years that we've been able to do that. And what Corey is saying is true. I think that we really do need to take credit for this win because the 2-3, if you look at the numbers that we got in our districts, we did pull it out for Cologne. So I want everybody to think about that. Total for 2 and 3 was 4,179 unofficial. I think. Oh no, the total with the Republican, I think is almost total. I don't know.
That's what we want to know.
7,717.
Roll over. Okay, so thank you. Finish eating all the food. I'll turn the music back on. We have a cake and we'll cut the cake. All right? Thank you.
You got it. Silent.
Hello. I would like to introduce you to the next freeholder from Plainfield.
Hey.
Let me take an opportunity to thank Adrian, and congratulate Rebecca, and thank everybody in this room for all the hard work that you have put out over the last couple of weeks. Because truly, without everybody here in this room, everybody here, okay, we would not be able to have succeeded with the numbers that came out of Plainfield. Plainfield, everybody worked really hard, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm looking forward to really representing you all, representing everybody here in this room. But I think it's also a matter that I want to say thank you for believing in me, trusting in me to be able to handle this job. And thank you, Adrian. Okay? For everything. Wait a minute, do you have the personal cell? I've got, if you don't have my personal cell number.
So that she knows, Plainfield has turned out 39% of the, I mean, I don't think.
Wait a minute, you were quoted at 30%, and Charlotte did give you credit the next day.
All right.
And said, I gotta give Adrian credit and everything, but you know, 30%, you did it at 39%?
39%.
Way to go.
They need to call and let her know.
I'm getting it right.
All right, that's Linda Carter. Church of what's happening now. We don't have much video of her. I don't know if we have any, just probably some where she's walked past as I was interviewing other people. But tonight, like always, you know, God is good, and that, you know, He brings it in. So the night that we do have on camera, we have her on camera, she will be on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter with all the rest of the candidates. So we thank everything. We thank the Lord for everything that He give us, and that, you know, we don't pressure anyone to come on the camera, but the idea is that history is being made in Plainfield, and if the Reverend Zachariah has done anything, I think the idea is, let me get on the camera so I can talk and I can watch myself talk and everything. You know, if I've done anything in this town here is to really show the people, show the politicians. You know, we go back to 2006 of interviewing people. Don't sound like a long time ago, but it was 4 years ago. I've seen these politicians here, as I said earlier, evolve. You know what I mean? They change and going through different things and stuff, and growing to be a bigger and better candidate. So again, all right. I got to go to Adrian Mack.
One more time, just bear with you another 5 minutes.
Grab the mic.
I want it. Hello.
Grab the mic.
I also want to introduce you to a gentleman.
Yes.
Someone that Plainfield needs, and I hope and pray that we can find the right position for this gentleman.
Yes, yes, yes.
He is indeed a gentleman. I want to introduce you to Dr. Jim Fignition. We have much video of Jim. You know, I have many interviews with him.
Thanks very much. She did a really fine job. What I got about 700 change.
With the absentees, it's going to go over 5,000.
15% maybe less. And I'm really happy. She's a great person. I have every confidence that she'll be a good council person, with her head screwed on straight and no strings going up. Really important part. I feel really good that I can sit back and relax, and she has to do all the work.
We don't want you to sit back and relax. Thank you.
All right. Again, as I was saying earlier,